Turn left ahead. Your call is important to us.
I'm here to help.
Everything is under control.
You can trust me.
Does it matter if I'm real?
For most of human history, voices meant people. A teacher's voice, a leader's voice, a friend's voice. Now, for the first time, we listen to voices that belong to no one. And somehow, we trust them. Or do we only trust the illusion they're selling us? Humans have always treated voices as shortcuts for trust. Tone tells us if someone is angry, tired, or sincere. A steady rhythm signals authority. A soft cadence signals care. We rely on voices for survival, to know when to approach, when to withdraw, and when to obey. But AI voices are designed with this psychology in mind. They don't stumble, don't get nervous, and don't lose patience. They are engineered to press the exact buttons our brains evolved to respond to. So the question isn't just, do we trust them? But rather, can we not trust them? Think about your favorite GPS or voice assistant. It never sounds tired. It never snaps at you. It never forgets your name. It feels patient, reliable, and strangely personal. Yet it's not. There's no empathy behind the words, the only code mimicking human warmth. And this creates a paradox. Sometimes we trust AI voices more than human ones because they don't show flaws. But at the same time, we suspect the mask. We know it's an act. And that tension between comfort and skepticism defines the psychology of digital trust. There's also something called the mere exposure effect. The more we hear a voice, the more familiar and trustworthy it feels. That's why companies stick to a single AI voice for years. Once a voice becomes part of daily routines, people grow attached to it. But change the voice and suddenly trust cracks. When Google updated its voice assistant, some users complained it felt like losing a companion. This tells us something strange. We form relationships with voices even when we know they aren't real. Now imagine another side of this. People are more likely to follow instructions from a voice that sounds confident and professional. Artificial intelligence can replicate that instantly, and this power is already being misused. With voice cloning scams where criminals mimic the voice of a boss, a celebrity, or even a family member to manipulate trust. The danger here isn't just technical, it's psychological. We're conditioned to obey certain tones, and AI can generate those tones on demand. But there's also a backlash. Some people don't trust AI voices precisely because they're too smooth, too polished, too perfect. The slight stumbles and imperfections of human speech can actually make us trust more, not less. Because imperfection feels real. So maybe the future of AI voices isn't flawless speech, but carefully inserted flaws. The occasional hesitation, the subtle sigh, the human-like pause. Ironically, to feel real, the machine must learn to sound imperfect. So where does this leave us? Will AI voices become trusted companions, brand mascots, or even digital therapists? Or will skepticism grow until people demand an authenticity label, a certificate that says, this voice is human, this one is AI, this one is both? Maybe the real question isn't, do we trust AI voices, but do we trust ourselves to know the difference? Every voice carries power. For most of history, that power belonged only to humans. Now it can be manufactured, cloned, and sold. The psychology of trust hasn't changed, but the source of the voice has. And the next time you hear a calm, reassuring tone, you may have to ask, am I trusting the speaker or just the sound of trust itself? Well then, do you trust artificial intelligence voices more than human ones? Let me know in the comments. The answers might not be as obvious as they seem. Bye.